everyone, it's Aika. Welcome back to the next video in my series, How to VTuber Merch. Today, I'm going to walk you through my favorite merch suppliers, how to pick the right merch products for your shop, what to know about shipping quotes, and even how to avoid some really common beginner mistakes. Let's dive in. Before we get deep into suppliers, let's start small, especially if this is your first ever merch run. When you're new, the safest and most affordable way to start is with flat merch. Think stickers, prints, and keyrings. These three are going to be light, easy to ship, and don't really require the special packaging or bulk orders. It can also help you test what your audience really loves before investing in more complex products like acrylic standees or apparel. Start with 3 to 5 designs max and see which one sells best. Then reorder just that one in bulk next time. It'll save you so much money and storage space. Now let's talk about where to actually get your merch made. Let's start with one of the most popular choices in the artist world, Voggrace. They are my personal go-to for keychains, acrylic standees, mouse pads, and other cute custom merch. Now, how do you want to order? Let's do it. Let's go to voggrace.com, choose your product. I'm gonna choose an acrylic keychain. Remember to really think about the size of your artwork when it comes to these. If there is a lot of detail in it, you don't want to be choosing something tiny like 1.5 inches. That's going to be really small and you're probably not going to see the fine details in your artwork. If it's something super simple, like just your mascot, then absolutely, make something small. Upload your PNG and select the size. Add extras like glitter, epoxy coating, or holographic film. Then you'll get a digital proof within a few days. Make sure to double check every detail before approving. Some things to note about shipping. Shipping does usually take 2 to 4 weeks internationally. However, that does also not include production time. So make sure that if you have a deadline for this, you really think about your production time as well and how long you're going to need in between when you order and when you receive the merch. You can also request DHL Express for fastest shipping, usually around a week, but it is a lot pricier. Voggrace's shipping is weight-based, so one big parcel is often cheaper than several small ones. Depending on your country, you might get hit with import tax when the parcel arrives. Make sure to ask Voggrace to include your ABN or business number if you have one on invoices. It helps clear customs smoothly. The reasons that I really love Voggrace as a supplier, they always have super consistent quality, they have great customer service, you can always reply to any of their emails and ask what's going on. They have a huge product range, perfect for VTubers who want cohesive branding across all of their merch. Definitely best for stickers, charms, standees, and pretty much anything acrylic or cute. Next up is Alibaba. They're a massive global supplier marketplace. Basically what that means is that they are a marketplace full of tons of different suppliers for all types. Basically anything you can think of, you can probably get it on Alibaba. So this is where you go when you want something really unique, like jet tags, air fresheners, pins, or other niche items that aren't always available on art merch sites. It is a little bit more advanced, so let's break it down. So first of all, we're gonna go to alibaba.com. We're going to search for our products, for example, custom jet tag or custom air freshener. I'm going to go with some jet tags. I haven't had jet tags in a while. Look for suppliers with good reviews. Message the seller directly with your design and quantity. Most will send you a price list or a catalog, or you can just ask for a direct quote as well. If it's something important like plushies, you definitely want to be asking for a sample first before committing to a large run of items. I recently started ordering Bingus plushies and I'm waiting on my sample at the moment and I'm super excited. Once you're happy, they'll send an invoice and proof for approval before the production starts. Now, for shipping, prices vary a lot between suppliers, so make sure you always ask for a detailed quote that includes your unit cost, your shipping cost, and estimated delivery time. A lot of the time you can get separated unit costs and also overall cost as well. If you're not in a hurry, you can ask for economy shipping. It's cheaper, but it's super slow. This is shipped on a boat instead of on a plane. You should always remember to ask, is tax or custom work included in this quote? Make sure you keep your invoice and payment receipt. You'll need them for customs clearance or business tax records. Main reasons that I use Alibaba: they have endless customization options. You can literally make anything if you can find a supplier for it. They're really great for advanced creators who want unique merch like lanyards, plushies, and experimental merch ideas sometimes. Now, they're perfect for when you want flat merch like art prints, posters, postcards, or even business cards for conventions. You've never had a business card? Oh, you should totally get one. They specialize in professional print materials and their paper quality is really reliable in my experience. Some people do have their own experiences with it and that's totally fine, but I've never had an issue. how to use Vistaprint. We're going to go over to vistaprint.com, and like we did before, we're going to pick a product. So they have heaps of different little things, bits and pieces here, but we're going to get some posters made today. So let's go over to designs, banners and posters. We can order the posters, but instead of using the posters option, because it can get a little spendy if you're using this one, we're going to go to print, advertising and office. We're going to go flyers and pamphlets. This is how I get all of my posters made. It's just a little bit cheaper than the actual poster option, and there's a couple more options as well. So when you're getting posters made, you definitely want to have a flat fold. You don't need a fold in that. Select your size. I'm going to go for an A3 poster today. I usually just use 25 because I don't sell a whole lot of big posters, so it's nice to just have some. Now, you get to upload your design. Open that. Here we go. Ta-da! Make sure there's no little white marks around the outside. You can also have a back section, but you don't really need that. We go next. We don't need a back. Now you can see the proof for your design. Now it flips over like this when you drag it with your mouse, which is really cool. So you can actually see it moving around in action. Go ahead and check the I've reviewed my design and I approve it box and continue. And here we get to choose our paper. Generally for posters, it's not super crazy. You don't need anything super thick or anything like that. But if you really want something thick, probably go the premium paper. I like to go the standard. It's quite nice. And you can pick the matte option as well. I prefer that because I don't personally like glossy posters. Something really cool about Vistaprint as well is that they give you all of these really cool options for different bits and pieces that you can make with the same design as well. Now, something really important as well is that you need to make sure your artwork is high resolution, ideally about 300 dpi, and sometimes you want to make sure it's in CMYK color, but I haven't had too many issues making it in RGB. Okay, so now that you know where to get everything, how do you know what to actually make? I'm going to put my personal formula for deciding merch up on the screen for you so you can have a quick look at what I used early on. You really want to start with lightweight, versatile items and then branch out into bulkier or experimental merch when you're confident in your audience and storage setup. It's really important that you do have plenty of storage for your merchandise because you will need to keep it somewhere. A quick tip, run some polls on your community page or Discord. Fans love helping decide what comes next, and it guarantees that you make something that they'll actually buy. But super important information, the logistics. We're always going to run into some issues with shipping. We know that postage companies are not the most careful. So here's a couple of tips for you. Keep your packaging simple. Rigid mailers for prints, bubble mailers for charms, and tissue wrap for protection. Always weigh your items before setting shipping rates. You can use a kitchen scale to estimate the postage cost, and sites like Australia Post literally just let you put in the weight of an item and it'll tell you exactly how much it's going to cost you. Print labels with a thermal label printer. So these are really great, and I'm going to go over these in my production video as well. Saves way too much time and also a lot of paper as well. If you are selling regularly, you should look into registering an ABN or small business ID. It makes taxes much easier later. If you're thinking about how you should price your items, I will be making another video on that in this series as well, but you can look at other websites and small businesses to see how they price theirs and sort of loosely base it off that. So whether you're printing your first stickers on Vistaprint, testing acrylic chains with Voggrace, or deep diving into custom projects on Alibaba, remember, you don't have to do that all at once. Start small, learn how your audience responds, build up your dream merch line step by step. It's really important to remember as well that you won't always sell out. And that is totally okay. I still have plenty of merch left over from my first ever runs. And if you want to know a really quick secret, I use that in some of my mystery boxes. It makes it easier. I love having the mystery box option, and my audience really loves being able to get the gotcha style stuff. It's kind of cool. I'll go over that in another video as well. If this has helped you, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with another creator who's ready to start their merch journey. Tell me in the comments what you'd like to hear me talk about next. Until next time, keep creating, keep shining.